And welcome back to our next episode series, which
James,
is...
stop doing whatever you're doing right now.
That's a good intro there, guys. Well done. We are doing Mega Man 1 today on the Mega Man Anniversary Collection. After
Stop,
Mega Man...
guys.
After Mega Man 2, we'll probably be doing the Mega Man Legacy Collection, because I just got it for Steam. So there's a few, Kate and James are both already complaining that I played the GameCube version, and I don't really know why. So, to be fair,
I don't know why.
I personally you get this monkey, and he has an arm cannon. You don't get this.
So anything very interesting, something that people don't know about this game or something.
This game or the series that people don't know about,
Or the series.
I guess we can start with this game. For the American version, Mega Man 1 does not have much of a plot, but the Japanese version expands on Mega Man's plot a lot more. I guess that's partially known, but not at the same time. Let me see if I can find the original Mega Man's plot.
And Mega Man. I used to play Mega Man, the one in what's this? And Game Boy, I think. Is it Game Boy?
There was 5 for Game Boy, and then you might be thinking Mega Man Battle Network, which was also for Game Boy Advance. That was an RPG.
There was an RPG Mega Man where...
Yeah.
No, it's for PS1, I remember.
PS2.
Or PS2.
It's either Mega Man X Command Mission or Mega Man Legends, which was also for PlayStation 1, actually. Mega Man Legends was kind of Resident Evil-ish. But yeah, this is...
I remember, it's with the blonde-haired guy.
That was probably Mega Man X Command Mission. So I was gonna say that's 0, and if it was an RPG, it had to be Mega Man X Command Mission. But yeah, this was the...
I like Mega Man. I like 0. I
don't
like what they did. Sorry, go ahead.
No, a lot of people like 0. I think he got better in his own spin-off series, honestly. Because he got 4 games in his own series. And
yeah, he did.
They were a lot harder, but I actually like that. But yeah, this was the very first... Go ahead, sorry.
No, go.
I was gonna say, this was the very first Mega Man game, and there's a couple glitches that make the game not as much fun as the later ones. In later games, except for Mega Man 9 and 10, starting from Mega Man 3, you have a slide, so you can slide under things and go faster. It helps Mega Man to dodge more. I don't know why it's not in Mega Man 9 and 10. I can understand the charge shot not being in Mega Man 9 and 10, but the slide is kind of dumb. But starting in Mega Man 4, they gave Mega Man a charge shot, which basically you just hold down the button and you deal more damage with one shot. It basically is a really nice thing. It can break the game somewhat, so I understand why for Mega Man 9 and 10 they took it out. I think they're bringing it back for Mega Man 9, but I'm not sure about that at the same time. Or Mega Man 11, because Mega Man 11 is finally coming out after 9 years of no new Mega Man games, so... And then... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, Mega Man 1 is, for me, the hardest, with possibly Mega Man 8 being a close tie. I know people are probably going to say Mega Man 8 isn't, spawn from the bit. I was gonna say, I know, well, that's what, yeah. Mega Man is, as much as I love this series, it is a series that happens to be known for, is that Chris? Sir. Or madam.
That's not sir.
I said or madam. I can hear that in your microphone.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I say sir is not eating anything right now. Sir is very full of Indian food.
By the way, for those who are watching, I've decided to have some chips with me, so if you do hear some wrapper...
Come on, I have food next to me and I'm not eating it. Yeah, I guess what are you eating at least?
Chocolate from the Philippines.
Anyway. I did say Deus Ex was going to be our next game, and it'll be our next game eventually. John at the moment is not particularly feeling well, so if you guys wouldn't mind praying for him that he does happen to get better. As soon as he gets better, we'll move on to the Deus Ex series, but I didn't really want to do it without him, because I think the Deus Ex series happens to be a good series for everybody. Mega Man as a series, I actually happen to enjoy this. Mega Man 1 only took 4 episodes, and each one's about 20 minutes. So, it's mostly a short game if you know what you're doing. I did speed up some parts, just because here and there, there's 2 bosses I had trouble, well, 3 bosses I had troubles with in particular. Yellow Devil, not a big surprise. I had a lot of trouble with Wily Stage 2, and I'm not really sure why, because it's not really that hard of a stage. And then I had a little bit of trouble with the final level, which isn't... It wouldn't be awful if it didn't have 4 back-to-back boss rushes. That's the problem, so... No, 5. 5 back-to-back boss rushes.
Is...
We can hear you.
It's okay. It's not...
Give me some.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I'm not Iz, I'm Kate.
That's true. What I'm doing here right now is basically I want to go into Fireman with full health, and I have almost full health except for 1 bar, so that's why I'm just, because if you look to your right, yep, right, oh, well, if you look to your right here shortly, you can actually see the boss doors, and that's where the first boss is, so I don't think any of the other boss level, or Robot Masters happen to take this long. Oh, I guess that's another anomaly. Mega Man 1 is a little bit different than the other Mega Man games. It only has 6 Robot Masters. Most Mega Man games happen to have 8 Robot Masters. They did happen to rectify that in a re-release of Mega Man 1 called Mega Man Powered Up, which I've never played because I'm not a fan of Sony consoles, so...
Oh, Sony.
What was that?
I had Sony, don't like Sony.
No, I don't really like Sony. No. They also re-released Mega Man X as Mega Man Maverick Hunter? Mega Man X Maverick Hunter, if I remember correctly?
That's the game that I played.
Oh, is it? Okay. That was for the PSP.
Oh.
I was gonna say there was Mega Man X 1 through 3 was for SNES. Mega Man X3 was also for PS1. Mega Man X4, 5, and 6 was for PS1 as well, I believe. So it could have been Mega Man 4, 5, X4, 5, or 6.
I just remember just playing Mega Man in his full bodysuit, and then he can merge with he defeated.
Yeah, we'll get to the Mega Man X series eventually. It's just, since this is the classic series, I want to do them in order. I'll probably save Mega Man... I'm going to be getting a Switch here soon, so I'll probably be doing the Mega Man... I have the Mega Man X Anniversary Collection, or the Mega Man X Collection, but since it's on the Switch, it uses an HDMI cord as opposed to a composite, so we can probably get we can probably get, like, well, not much better screen quality. This is on a GameCube, so... And it looks like a GameCube, which I don't mind, but if I can try to make it look a little bit better, I'm going to try to make it look a little bit better.
So
I'm farming
basically,
for more
what
health.
are you doing right now?
Farming for more health again. And this is not...
You're going to...
The boss, yeah. And this is also an irregularity. Like, this is the only Mega Man game where you have a boss corridor leading up to the boss with enemies in it. You have boss corridors almost always leading before bosses, but you don't have enemies in them. So it's actually... Mega Man 1 did a lot of weird things that Capcom dropped for later games because they realized it's not quite as... And I probably could have done... I know I could have done Fireman at the moment, because like, if you actually... The reason why I'm not going through the doors, I can't actually tell if my health is full, because, you know, it's a black bar, which is also not the greatest of design choices, which is my fault. I should have just gone for it, and I'm pretty sure I go for it after this. And I think this is the only time I farm health, or one of the few times, because I realize watching this multiple times is not really terribly interesting gameplay. I will say that this is a little bit of an irregular boss order. Most people don't do Fireman first. His stage is a little bit hard. Fireman as a boss is a little bit hard. Most of the time, people actually recommend that you go Bomb Man first. Typically, if you're on your first playthrough, it's Bomb Man, Guts Man. Guts Man, Rock beats Scissors, so Guts Man beats Cut Man. And then after Cut Man, you want to go Elect Man because electricity gets cut by scissors, I guess. I don't know. Like, and then after that, Elect Man gets Iceman, and Iceman gets Fireman. So Fireman's technically the last boss most of the time, so it's a little bit of an irregular boss order we're going here. If you want to watch an actually good person play through this, by the way, there is a YouTuber called Gemini Laser who does a much better playthrough of any of the Mega Man games. So I highly recommend him. And I think he's Catholic, but not 100% positive about that. I know that he said he goes.
Not as funny as us, though.
He's actually probably funnier than us. Is the sad thing.
No.
You should watch him.
That. We're funny. We'll make the guys want us to sing.
Hopefully. Like I really like him. I think we're funny. If you watch him, you'll see what I mean. But basically, Gemini Lizard does show-offery videos, so he'll practice over and over until he does the best that he can do, and he uploads that. And the reason why I say I think he's Catholic is I've heard him mention he goes to Mass before, and his wife, basically there was this fan game called Good Mega Man Level 2, and she submitted a level based on St. Thomas More's life. So that's why I have a sneaking suspicion they're Catholic. But I mean, they could be Anglican. It's not likely, but it's possible. I mean, I still don't get why St. Thomas More is a saint in Anglicanism, but okay, if you say so.
Wasn't he against Anglicanism in a way?
Yes, very much so. Like, he was very much like, it makes zero sense that St. Thomas More is a saint in Anglicanism. Like,
well, but he was the one who was.
He was the one that opposed King Henry VIII. So yes, yes. So that's why it makes zero sense, and it's like, okay then, if you insist.
Well, I know our Anglican friends are probably one.
Yeah. By the way, this is one of the introductions of a returning enemy. I hate it in Mega Man 1. In the later games, it's not as bad, but this is a Sniper Joe. They can just not shoot for a while as you wait for them to shoot, because if they have that shield up, they will not fire at you. And the problem is, if you go too forward to them, they'll just jump backwards, so they will stick with you on screen. I think I don't demonstrate that there. But they can be a little bit of a nuisance in Mega Man 1. In later games, they're not as bad, honestly.
Reminds me of...
Go ahead.
This what thing?
What thing?
This bullet reminds me of Bullet Head from Mario.
I could see that, and I wonder if they took that out because they don't happen to have these enemies in any other Mega Man games, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. I might be misremembering, but I think that is the case. But yeah, this is Bomb Man stage. I'm not sure what it really has to do with bombs.
Yeah.
Like Fireman, makes sense. There's fire. Bomb Man is... don't ask.
Would have been more interesting if they planted...
Like, most of the time they're pretty good with their theming. Bomb Man's just really weird. There's a few other Robot Masters that are weird too. Oh, there's a glitch here that I don't happen to... I got really lucky there. Basically, you know how most games, if you get hit by an enemy, you're supposed to be invulnerable to everything except for pits, including spikes? Mega Man 1 doesn't do that. If you get hit by an enemy, and you fall into spikes while you're invulnerable, you die. It's the only Mega Man game that does that as far as I'm aware. I don't remember it happening in any other games. So it's a little bit annoying here, and that does actually kill me later, just not at the moment. There's one other... There's a few glitches, and one glitch I'll save for when we get to the Yellow Devil, because I hate that boss, and I can't fight him fairly, and I hate that I say that, but he is the only boss that he is the only boss that I cannot fight fairly, because he is notoriously hard. And I'm just waiting for Sniper Joe here so I can get that one up. So.
Sniper Joe.
Yeah. As I said, he's really not that bad in later games, so. Like, yeah. I think these first two Robot Masters, unfortunately, are the slowest. But after this, they do happen to get faster just because it's like, okay, this is an interesting gameplay. It's time to actually start moving.
So if Sniper Joe can, where did he came from? From what idea? Is there some kind of lore behind him from Mega Man or something?
Kind of, actually. Sniper Joe is actually technically based off of a character we have not met yet, and we won't meet until Mega Man 3.
Ah, sorry. Or they probably retconned it.
They probably retconned it, yeah. But I mean, he's still one of the coolest characters.
Backstory.
Yeah, like he's still one of the coolest characters in Mega Man. Like I like all of the Let me think. I like the majority of Mega Man characters. I can't think of one that I don't like, but I'm sure there's one that I'm not thinking of that I don't like. Like, there's some really obscure ones, like, for a while, there was the Mega Man Killers, which only appeared on Game Boy, up until Mega Man 10, I think, with the possibility of Mega Man Soccer. So it was a long time between we'd seen them.
I didn't even know there was a Mega Man Soccer.
Yeah, not many people know about it, and I don't think it's very good from what I remember. There is also a kart racing Mega Man, just so you know. There is a glitch in later Mega Mans, by the way, where if you get right up next to a Sniper Joe, and I was trying to see if it worked there, you can actually shoot through their shield. Does not work in this game. Yeah. So Bomb Man's actually really easy, but I made, like, you're gonna see me almost kill Bomb Man with 2 health here. He's also really easy, though, unfortunately. If you make a mistake on him, it's easy to mess up really easily, because he does do a fair amount of damage, but you'll see what I mean here in a second. And you can dodge over his bombs. Like, basically, I made the #1 mistake you shouldn't do, be in a corner. Because it's, yeah. If I hadn't been in the corner... Yeah, if I hadn't been in the corner, it would have been fine, but round 2 goes a lot better.
He doesn't really look like a Bomberman.
He does, yeah.
With the, what's this? With all
when
the...
When did Bomberman come out?
All that.
Is that a beard?
Yeah, he look...
I don't think that's a beard, or Kate. Hold on, let's see.
It looks like a beard to me!
It's not a beard, I can guarantee. I think you're not the only one that thought that, though. And I'll show you why. Basically, anybody that's familiar with Mega Man, just look up...
I'll search him up,
no, I'll show you why you probably thought... No, just Bomb Man, not Bomberman. If you look up Bomberman, you are going to find something completely different.
White guy. The white
yeah. You're not the only one that thought that. I just linked an image. Basically, in the Mega Man cartoon, apparently somebody else thought that he had something that looked like a beard. So, they put that in there. Oh, and now we're on to Gutsman. Gutsman I didn't have a problem with. Like, Gutsman's level is notoriously hard with some people because of... Oh, I got hit there. Basically, there's these things called Gutsman lifts. A lot of people have a lot of problems with them, and they like to use an item that they get later. I personally don't have a problem with the Gutsman's lifts. I think they're kind of easy. Like, I say that as somebody that's obviously not that great at Mega Man, but basically the thing with the Gutsman's lift is where there's holes in the ground, you want to jump. It's something people have problems with, and I don't get how.
Oh, I see now. I see his face now, and the is it Tomahawk?
Tomahawk, yeah.
No, Tomahawk.
Yeah, like I don't get why people think that's hard. By the way, from Firestorm is one of the best weapons in the game that Mega Man gets. The other weapon that we just got from Bomb Man, Hyper Bomb, is one of the worst weapons in the game.
I think there will always be something that is worse.
Hyper Bomb could be good. There's mainly 2 problems with it. The blast radius isn't big enough, and it's on a timer. If it was on a timer or on contact, if it was on contact, it would be a much better weapon. But it's not on contact, so that is the reason why it's bad. Like, if it was on contact, it'd be perfectly fine. But it's not, so it's bad. So, Gutsman's level is really, really short, actually. We are, as soon as we get past, I think it's called a Big Eye, if I remember correctly. And these guys take a lot of health, because, like, even Firestorm here, which does a significant amount of damage, has not killed it yet. And like, these guys really take a lot of health. It's easier typically just to run past them than to fight them. But one of the items that makes it really easy to run past them we don't have quite yet, so... But yeah, as you can tell, Gutsman's level went a lot easier than the others, because this one took 3 minutes, as opposed to the others, which took about 8 minutes each? Something like that? Yeah. Because it's a 20-minute episode. 8, so, yeah, sort of right around there. Gutsman, I have a little bit of a difficulty with. Like, he's not, like... I see so many people not have a problem with him, but I just can't see him to dodge his attacks. Every time he jumps as well, he slams the ground. So it stuns you for a second. And I think that's my biggest problem. Like, if he didn't have that attack, he wouldn't be fine. But then again, if he didn't have that attack, he'd also be super easy. And I don't know why I have such a problem with that. I just do. So, But yeah, that was the first 3 Robot Masters. We will catch you for 4, 5, and 6, which after I'm pretty much going in order now. So after Gutsman means it's going to be Cutman next. So if you were expecting, you know, something irregular, you got Fireman first. Yay! But aside from that, it's pretty regular. So, as I said, I recommend Gemini Laser if you want some show-offery. I'm thinking
funnier, though.
I'm thinking that I will. I'm thinking for the later Mega Man games, I'm going to do what he recommends, just because I know them. I'm going to roll a dice and see where that leads me. So, but we'll see. That will do it for this episode, though. We will catch you guys for the second half of the Robot Masters. And until then, Pax Ut Bonum.